Alright, time to talk about Pitfall Harry. Now, I might know what you're asking. Who's this Harry dude? Oh, no worries. I'll give a bit of history. This franchise started way back in the early 1980s on the Atari 2600, and that's where the first game of Pitfall came in. Being very revolutionary at the time with its emphasis on multi-screen side-scrolling platforming, the game became a massive success, and what followed was more games released in the franchise like its sequel, Pitfall Lost Caverns, on the same system, Super Pitfall on the NES, the Man Adventure on SNES and Genesis, and so on, leading up to this, Pitfall The Lost Expedition. This game would not only be the second and last 3D title for the franchise, but the last one to be released on home consoles, GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. You gotta wonder why it stopped though. Was it not good? Did sales not reach expectations? Well, let's get exploring and find out. Okay, what the heck? Looks like Harry is powered up fighting a demon jaguar. Okay, that was easy. Ah, I see what they did here. It's one of those games where they start you at the end and make you play to find out how you got there.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Yeah, that kind of moment, yeah. To give a spoiler-free plot, 24 hours before the Jaguar battle, you and your crew crash land after a storm hits the plane, and in the jungle you are set to find El Dorado, or at least they believe it's real. You not only have to search and save your crew that's scattered all over, but also stop the evil Jonathan St. Clair from claiming the lost city. This sounds simple enough. Now, what I like about this story is that it doesn't take itself too seriously. You know, this kind of reminds me of those popcorn flick movies like, oh, Indiana Jones and Jungle Cruise. Just a fun yet simple experience, which is fine with me personally. And the same thing can be said about the characters, as they are portrayed as archetypes or caricatures, adding to the non-serious tone of the game. With all of them being archaeologists, we have Leech, Dr. Bendenbinder, Nicole McAllister, and Harry, who's the hero we play. He's a cocky, womanizing, brave, veteran explorer that's seen it all. And the cool thing is, he actually backs up his attitude with the abilities he displays in this game, which leads us to the gameplay and how he's controlled. So in typical Pitfall fashion, you get introduced to moving Harry around, jumping over pits and swinging on vines like usual, but then you remember from the beginning that he can do martial arts. When I played this the first time, I'm not gonna lie, I only thought he could fight when he was powered up, but holy crap, that's awesome. Oh, but that's not all he can do, as Harry is full of surprises throughout. Being able to roll up in a ball like Samus, double jump, leap great heights, perform long dives, and my favorite ability he can do, which is run really fast like he needs the toilet after eating from Taco Bell. Dang, this guy can do anything. And some of these abilities you get are obtained when Harry reads these pages from a heroic handbook that he gets from his crew. If only that could be applied in real life. Actually, let me try something real quick. Guess not. He also gets items from his crew members that help along the way. Some of them you will use often, while others for certain levels or specific situations. Some are easy to handle, but others like the sling I just have trouble using for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm just so used to aiming with the right stick than the left one. Oh yeah, and speaking of the right stick, or for me the C stick, almost all the items you get utilize it, as it controls Harry's right arm. I have to admit though, it's a pretty clever gameplay mechanic. For example, when using the canteen, you can press down to fill it with healing water from these fountains, and then lift it up to Harry's mouth and he will drink it, filling his health back. His right arm is also useful for picking up idols. These things can be brought to a shaman in exchange for extra health, more heroic moves like breakdance, and even showing the areas around you, noting more idols or other bonus items that you can get. Now, you can only have 4 items selected at a time, but they can be switched out for other items with Harry rummaging through his bag. Harry? Why? Oh, okay. His bag is fireproof. Anyway, let's talk about the levels now, as there isn't just heavy jungle environments, but also caverns, snowy mountains, native tribe territories, and also lava terrain, each having their own set of challenges to navigate through. Now, while I like some of these levels, there are some others that can be pretty annoying to deal with, either with tricky platforming or enemies that are hard to deal with. For example, let's look at this vine here. You see it? Okay. Alright, see, I missed it. Now I fall into the water, and I gotta swim to the slanted structure in order to try again. Yeah, you can't just jump out of the water like Mario does. Not when Harry is swimming like this. Another thing that annoys me about this game is some of the enemies you encounter. Now, I'm not saying this is a hard game by any means, but some of them are just so stupid to deal with. Like porcupines, you can't get really close to them, and the only way to do that is by using the sling, and I've already mentioned how awkward it is to use. Then there's these alligators who are just a constant nuisance throughout the entire game. You can swim away from them pretty easily, but these ones in the mud pits, don't even try to outsmart them, trust me. I've failed many times doing so. And then lastly, there's St. Clair's henchmen, who just endlessly spam TNT at you. It's especially frustrating in this level particularly. Oh great, I died. But thankfully, there's no lives, just endless continues. I do like that though. And then there's the cutscenes, and I will admit, most of them are fun to watch. They bring out the personalities of the characters a lot in an enjoyable classic adventure movie way.
I can, and I can, and I will.
Would you stop talking like that?
I could, but I won't.
I
Certainly wasn't one to turn down.
Feel the caverns!
No need for thanks. All part of the job. You can talk. Some Jags have what it takes, others don't. You mean vocal cords?
Well, not every cutscene is a hit. Not to say that these moments between Harry and Quick Claw, that Jaguar, aren't funny. I mean, they can be. But as they keep running into each other, the funny starts to wear out a little bit. That's just my personal take. I mean, really honestly, Pitfall the Lost Expedition is not a bad game by any means. But it isn't a great game by any means. What I can say though is that it's a solid platformer that swings over more pits than falls in them. With the characters, variety of environmental levels, decent platforming, and an old style sense of adventure, and even with its flaws like some of the enemies and some unfair sections, I would say that it's worth adding to your collection, especially if you want to play as a semi-forgotten nostalgic hero like Harry. Now, if you are wondering why this wasn't a hit like it could have been, the main reason was this: the year 2004. Why? Well, because that year was stacked with a lot of high-grossing titles. I mean, just take a look at this list. In the USA alone, you've got this stack of heavy hitters, like Star Wars Battlefront, NBA 2K5, Spider-Man 2, Pokemon like every other time it releases, Need for Speed, Madden 2005, Halo 2, and GTA San Andreas. Yeah, Pitfall was not making it out alive with those games. It came out at the wrong time, and plus people wanted bigger, more mature games. It sucks, and maybe we won't get another Pitfall in the future knowing how Activision is now, but at least it didn't crash out like some other franchises have when they went to 3D.
With all that said, I'm now gonna go watch some Jumanji with my wife. So, God bless friends and bye.